Okay, I now get the opportunity to, and the honor to now introduce our keynote speaker. Roxanne Carr is serving her first term as Mayor of Strathcona County. Previously to her role as Mayor, she served as Council for Ward 2 for 2 terms starting in 2007. Mayor Carr is a community leader, a team builder, and passionate that the residents of Strathcona County experience the highest quality of life. Mayor Carr holds a Bachelor of Science from the University of Guelph, Ontario. Prior to serving as council, she was the Economic Development Officer for Lamont, I really know that word, County. She comes to the table with a diverse career background that helps prepare her to be the mayor of a specialized municipality with a unique blend of urban and rural life. Roxanne Carr.
Good afternoon, members of our business community, colleagues, regional elected officials, and citizens. We are honored to see so many of our municipal partners here today. And in this year of Canada's 150th birthday, it is certainly a good time to reflect. It's valuable to remember that on the path to Confederation, John A. Macdonald made a very powerful statement. To paraphrase his words, if we doubt our ability to succeed, we may lose and regret the opportunity to do great things, such as starting Canada. His vision led to the founding of a great nation and building strong global community. However, it required brave conversations, and I'm proud to say that we too have had some very brave conversations with our administration and with Council this term. Our professional executive team, who focus on Council's strategic direction and priorities, is committed to enhancing efficiencies, to working smarter, and delivering service excellence, even in challenging times. I would like our senior executive team to stand as a group as I introduce them, led by our own Chief Commissioner, Rob Kuhn. Gord Johnson is our Associate Commissioner, as well as Laurie Cooper, Greg Yeomans, and Kevin Glebe. If you would all stand, please. Thank you. Council has a different job. We strategically position this entire organization for success today and into the future. Your elected officials focus their skills and their energies and time in several key areas: strategic visioning and planning, intergovernmental advocacy, governance and oversight, stakeholder outreach, and decision-making. All are critical to maintaining a high quality of life for our citizens and in planning a successful children for their future here in Strathcona County. All members of Council are with us here today, and I would ask them also to stand right now as a group as I introduce them. Councillors Dave Anderson, Fiona Beland-Quest, Vic Budzinski, Brian Bottrell, Linton Delaney, Carla Howitt, Bonnie Riddell, and Paul Smith. Thank you, Council. Council's principal guiding document is the strategic plan. It defines governance, community development, infrastructure, and service delivery. One of the most important functions is to revisit the strategic plan at the beginning of each year to ensure it remains the right direction, given economic and other factors. Advocacy efforts enable Council to create efficiencies and leverage opportunities between municipalities to advance our region and speak as one voice. I have said this before. Strathcona County is not an island. Municipalities continue to speak with one voice to strengthen our relationships with all levels of government. We strive to maintain an unbiased and nonpartisan stance. We make special efforts to advocate for funding to support our local and our regional needs. Municipalities also band together through our associations, and we took a leadership role by spearheading resolutions with our partner municipalities at last year's conventions of the Alberta Urban Municipalities Association and the Alberta Association of Municipal District and Counties. Joint efforts and investments can and will make a significant contribution to economic diversification in the region and will increase sustainable jobs here in Strathcona County. For example, the approval of the royalty credits resulted in 2 new propane facilities announcing that they were coming to Alberta's industrial heartland, Interpipeline and Pembina. That's 4,000 new construction jobs. That's 250 full-time operational jobs coming to our region, plus much-needed municipal tax to this sub-region. In this 4-year term alone, our council has secured more than $20 million from provincial and federal governments, including infrastructure grants, to support the purchase of 3 new double-decker buses, 3 mobility buses, and the revitalization of our older Ords Transit Centre. In fact, since 2013, we have obtained more than $148 million in grant funding that has been used to enhance our trails, our roads, our transit, our facilities, and our utilities. Understanding changes to provincial legislation and being involved has strengthened our voice on the provincial and on the federal levels. We were there to offer expert advice to the province on proposed changes to the Municipal Government Act, especially in changes to the industrial assessment. Strathcona County is an undisputed expert in the industrial assessment processes. We have been preparing major industrial assessments for more than 40 years, and we understand that there are many complex variables. On behalf of Council and our citizens, I wrote and spoke with the Minister of Municipal Affairs on numerous occasions to share Strathcona County's perspective. I thank Sturgeon County, by the way, for joining us in support when meeting with the Minister. As a result of this advocacy, Strathcona County senior administration officials will be at the table to ensure the best possible outcomes for Alberta municipalities, major industry partners, and our taxpayers. Strathcona County is an acknowledged leader in the Capital Region. We are a founding member of the Metro Mayors Alliance and proud to be at the table with our like-minded regional leaders who have very brave conversations. It is my hope that these discussions will contribute to the future success of our new Growth Management Board. It's been a true honor to chair the Capital Region Board's Growth Plan Update Task Force. After 2 years of hard work, this group delivered a plan to guide growth over the next 30 to 50 years. My next focus as the Vice Chair of CRB's Transition Task Force will be to ensure a successful move from 24 to 13 municipalities on the new Growth Board. These are interesting, challenging times that offer great opportunities for those municipalities that dare to have the conversations. Through our continued participation, we remain committed to creating a strong and more dynamic region. I do take a lot of pride in our county's history and celebrate the fact that Strathcona County is well positioned for the next 50 and 100 years due to our unique governance structure, our strong administrative processes, and our connection with community. Council must remain strategic, to ensure that our policies and our administrative processes remain strong and support the vision and goals that we have established. That includes shaping and implementing an effective and efficient budget. And for a municipality of our size, that's no easy task. Council has encouraged administration to expand our toolbox to meet the challenges of changing economies and to remain transparent, open, and fiscally accountable. As a result, we are one of only a handful of municipalities in Canada implementing priority-based budgeting, which ensures all decisions are viewed through a priority lens. It also provides us with measures to accurately evaluate and report on our county's performance to our citizens. We are now having better conversations about the wide range of programs and services we offer based on a solid understanding of what programs we deliver, at what level, and what cost. We understand what proportion of our community these programs serve and how much of the cost is recovered and how strongly each aligns to council-defined priorities, whether they are mandated or available elsewhere in the community. Going into the 2017 budget, this knowledge led us to better decisions connecting resources to the highest community priorities. These efforts, along with the prudent fiscal attitude and sound decision-making, are the reason that our taxpayers will see a 2.15% municipal dollar tax increase this year. Next year? Did I say increase? That's why everybody was so quiet. Surprise. It's not even April Fool's. It is a decrease. Unless Wayne Minke has a surprise for us. This decrease is a direct result of looking at what we already have and then reallocating our resources to best address those priorities rather than just asking for more dollars. We are maintaining services and supporting our infrastructure while doing all of this. An additional portion of your total property taxes is what the county, all municipalities, are required to collect on behalf of the provincial government for education. And that amount required for 2017 will be known shortly after tomorrow's provincial budget. We also look to the province tomorrow to announce predictable and continued funding for municipalities. Our municipality serves many stakeholders, including businesses ranging from home-based to corporate offices with more than 600 employees to large-scale industrial companies that are international in scope. All of these stakeholders help us to drive our economy by creating jobs. Therefore, it is important to reach out to them and to understand their needs. Our success continues as we build collaborative conversations and relationships with business and with industry leaders. One of these strong relationships is with our hosts today. Together with the Sherwood Park District Chamber of Commerce, we attract new businesses and provide services that support our existing business leaders to expand their operations. Strathcona County, under former leaders like Vern Hartwell and Iris Evans, created and championed the success of Canada's largest hydrocarbon processing region. Today, Strathcona County has a unique perspective to offer as a leader in industrial development, with more than 50 years working with industry and living safely alongside of pipelines that move up to 40% of Canada's oil. The Heartland is one of the most attractive locations for petrochemical, chemical, oil and gas investments in the world. This is the key driver of our economy, prosperity, and quality of life. Decades of experience partnering with industry, sound policies, and top-notch services have made our good relations with industry and have created mutual success. My career background in economic development has been beneficial as I continue to be a strong advocate for business and for industry in Strathcona County. But let us be clear here today, it's not just about big business. Small businesses contribute greatly to our community, and our residents have benefited from 39% increase in new businesses over the past 5 years. On average, we've experienced an annual increase of 3.5% in the number of businesses that employ people. Close to 11,000 businesses and organizations are located in this county, including more than 220 manufacturing companies. They serve a market of 1.3 million people in Alberta's capital region and are responsible for 49% of the jobs here in Strathcona County. Recent economic challenges have forced all communities to grapple with job losses, increased crime, mental health issues, and higher incidence of family violence. Knowing we could not tackle complex social issues alone, we reached out to our community for input. Nearly 8,000 people shared their ideas about how we can work together to create a supported, safe, and connected community through community talks. During the second phase, we shared the What We Heard report with our residents. And when asked about how our community can improve, we discovered responses circled around 8 main themes: affordability, working together for common goals, safety, belonging and acceptance, improvements to our transit system, more community events, an increase in mental health awareness, and better access to programs and services. How we meet these challenges definitely defines us as a community. This feedback will inform the creation of a new social framework for Strathcona County, and while the framework is being drafted for review this May, within the departments within the county, as well as agencies and outside providers, are also taking note of what people had to say. The change begins now. We are doing some things very well already. Our domestic violence unit is now working closely with Strathcona County Family and Community Services. The addition of a social crisis response worker has given the county the ability to share information that greatly assists families. This outreach program has led to more domestic violence complaints being investigated, an increase in public education, and an increase in the number of residents who are better equipped to identify and to report family violence situations. The Crime Reduction Unit of the RCMP successfully targeted serious prolific offenders involved in property and drug trafficking crimes here in Strathcona County. On the other side, generosity and a willingness to reach out and make a positive difference define Strathcona County. Our quick response to the Fort McMurray and area fires was truly a community-wide, in fact, a region-wide effort. I could not be prouder of our residents, our nonprofits, our businesses, our staff, who came together, accomplished what needed to be done, all in support of our northern neighbors. Where we sit today was a welcome center for those displaced by the fire, and a plaque acknowledging local efforts now hangs just outside this door as a permanent reminder of what is possible when we come together as a community. Council's work has put our county in a strong position, and I want to share some watershed moments and significant decisions made by Council. One of Council's strategic decisions was to accept the report and the recommendations coming out of the Mayor's Task Force on Community Housing. Action is being taken on each one of these recommendations through the collaborative work of Strathcona County departments and community partners such as Heartland Housing Foundation, Habitat for Humanity, the Urban Development Institute, and Robin Hood Association. Construction is well underway to support the expansion of Silver Birch Lodge. When complete, seniors will have access to an additional 30 lodge units and 66 apartments here in our community. Strathcona County is clearly focused on meeting the growth needs of all existing and future residents. We are committed to finding the right answers to ensure our path to sustainability reflects the needs and the density targets while respecting the fabric and the character of our community. We continue to grow, with construction actively visible along Baseline Road, south of Y, in the areas of Salisbury Village, Aspen Trails, Summerwood, Emerald Hills. Year to date, we have seen 115 single home starts and 400 multi-family unit starts. 285 of those are apartments, and that brings more diversity to our housing inventory in this community. Our municipal development plan update focuses new growth and mixed-use development in our urban centers. One of the outcomes of focusing growth in urban zones is to ensure the integrity of our mature neighborhoods. Council created our Citizens Task Force and supported its recommendations for mature neighborhoods. We worked with the administration to develop an overlay which provides the regulations which respect and maintain the overall character of these mature areas. The growth impacts are challenging in all areas of Strathcona County. Following an extensive review and careful comparison of both growth management nodes, Council ultimately endorsed Bremner as its next area for urban growth and development over the 30 to 50 years. Comprehensive reports as well as passionate and insightful input from our residents contributed to Council's decision. Colchester is no longer a growth node in the new CRB growth plan. Administration is developing an area concept plan for Bremner that will include a financial viability analysis to ensure we meet our growth goals for cost-effective compact development and complete community design. Focusing growth in specific areas will support Sherwood Park's long-term viability and quality of place. Council's decisions do reach into the rural parts of our county. For example, we have identified our Ardrossan for future growth. Over the last couple of years, our Ardrossan has flourished, and we continue this revitalization, identifying essential infrastructure upgrades, including water, sewer pipelines, and facilities. In fact, a new water reservoir will be built at the Ardrossan truck fill station to provide the water and the increased fire protection for businesses and residents that we know are coming in the next 10 to 15 years. South Cooking Lake and Josephburg, they've been also identified for growth in the future, and Council's goal there is to help them meet their full development potential and yet retain their rural character. Council has put a great deal of emphasis on the rural-urban balance and on supporting the connectedness of our rural areas. Administration's in-depth review of community and senior centers has resulted in new strategies ranging from the increased maintenance to streamlining a central point of contact for associations to connect with the county. Replacement or expansion of these centers will be addressed through short and long-term planning. In 2015, Council committed to improve high-speed internet for our rural residents, long overdue. Partnering with the private sector, we have improved service to over 40 rural subdivisions and surrounding areas, and so far, more than 600 additional households in the rural area are now subscribing to high-speed internet. This means that thousands more rural residents are now able to easily access online services and resources, whether for education, business, or other essential services. Several community halls already have or are in the process of receiving an improved level of wireless internet access, provided for free by our private sector partners. And there's more good news. The program managed to fill identified gaps in services with significantly fewer towers than first anticipated. So to date, we have 17 towers being installed or being worked on, with 3 more towers pending their approvals. Great progress has been made since Council approved its overarching agriculture master plan, a plan that won a national award for planning excellence. We also approved the urban agriculture strategy following an extensive public consultation with more than 2,000 people providing their ideas on what urban agriculture could look like in our community. So moving forward, we are turning our focus to community gardens, urban livestock, and school agriculture. Council gave administration direction to buy and service 160 acres to build a multi-purpose agriculture facility. Once built, this facility will provide economic diversification, create jobs, and offer opportunities for local and regional participation. Facility expansions and creation of new recreation centers resulted in improved services for our residents. Last year, we opened the Emerald Hills Leisure Center, accommodating an additional 1,100 swimmers in Red Cross lessons. We also opened the new Emerald Hills Sports Pavilion and artificial turf field, as well as a modernized Glen Allen Recreational Complex, redesigned with accessibility in mind. Safety is key to our community, so our RCMP and Enforcement Services facility has been expanded. Since opening our new Broadmoor Enviro Service Station last February, we've also seen a 1,000% increase in recycling materials over the previous year. Our relatively new Open Data program received the Open Data Value Award at the Canadian Open Data Summit in 2016, and we ranked #1 in the 2016 Open Cities Index of municipalities with a population of under 100,000. Strathcona County celebrates with more than 30 of our partners the successful designation of Beaver Hills as a UNESCO biosphere. It's a prestigious international achievement that recognizes a model of sustainable development and stewardship, and it's right here in our own backyard. In closing, the most rewarding part of being a council member is when we are out and about in our community, talking with and listening to our constituents, to industry, and our business partners. Throughout this term, each council member has worked diligently to advance the best interests of the electorate. However, we could not have achieved these goals without the support of our staff and our volunteers, and those who openly shared constructive criticism and feedback to help guide our decisions. Going forward, this council will maintain a strong focus on our priorities with a responsive vision and strategic planning process. We will continue to be your voice at regional tables and to other levels of government to strengthen the relationships and maximize collaborative opportunities for the future of our citizens and you, our stakeholders. We will continue to ensure our governance practices are open and transparent, and to support our professional and committed senior leadership team in the implementation of the priority-based budgeting approach. This will ensure that the services you value are maintained and that you continue to receive the very best value possible for your tax dollar. We will also continue to listen to what is important to you through community engagement activities like the community talk and stakeholder meetings. I see several members of Council's advisory committees in the room, and I want to thank you personally for your efforts to inform Council's decisions. All of this is vital to ensuring that we continue to make the best decisions to shape the future that you want. The past couple of years and economic challenges this province has experienced have changed us all. It is encouraging to see increasingly positive news, albeit slow coming, from our economic professionals and from our government. Our goal is to support business and community leaders who continue to show innovation and determination while adapting to change. There have been great decisions by leaders in Strathcona County over the decades that have built our resilience, and I believe this Council and administration continue to make decisions that will prepare us for the challenges into a bright future. As is our tradition, you will see that we've provided you with a lot of numbers in that facts and stats booklets on your table. And our friends from the Chamber have also put the latest Discover book there, as well as economic directions are from our Economic Development Department. So I thank you, the Chamber, for all the leadership that you have given this community, and I thank each and every one of you for attending today. I look forward to building on the foundations for continued success for Strathcona County. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's wonderful.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Mayor Roxanne Carr, on behalf of the Chamber, will be donating a check to the Strathcona County, or sorry, to the food bank, Strathcona County Food Bank, as we do for all of our speakers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.